talk about what is beautiful because it is in the eye of the beholder. But we really believe it's about this layered feeling and the detailing and the texture that we bring to our projects that really is a signature to what our style is. One of the things that we try to do in all our projects is to really interrogate the brief and then to bring the overall brief down to a scale that is manageable for the people who live in it. So we decided from the very beginning we're not going to build one big monolithic house, but that we were going to break it down into different spaces and different buildings, different roof structures, and we would link it. Almost as if this house was first a manor house in the middle, and then there was a barn that we linked, and then there was maybe another building to the side. So the whole concept of the house is, yes, it's one home, but it's made up of different buildings. And it is a theme throughout our work, is where we're trying to say to our clients, rather than having big monolithic statements, that we break it down into smaller parts. And I think most of our jobs have that language.
Yeah, I think a lot of our buildings, we're just trying to bring that human scale back. And it gives you that wow factor when you walk into some of our spaces. I think what's amazing about this particular pocket in Cape Town is your site is north facing and it faces the view, which is the nirvana, or absolute nirvana.
This was a very natural sort of L shape to the site because we're hugging the view and the north facing, and we turn our back to the wind. So there are always explanations as to why a building takes on the shape that it does. We love the idea of some sort of a collection of buildings that could have been part of an old farm. And there was also this idea of bringing the raw brickwork in. So it naturally had a feeling of a sort of a country home.
But it also allowed us to bring a lot of the aluminium and the more contemporary features in, because they love the eclectic style. So you're able to, as you can see here, play with skill and timber. I quite like the entertaining areas. I love the idea of the barn, the dining room being separate. It's not often.
Yeah.
In a lot of homes, we have sort of big open plan living, and in this house, we separated a lot of those sort of entertaining areas, which I think is really nice. It creates a little bit of a destination to go to.
Each of the buildings that makes up the house, the collection, has its own, very own identity. So each of them has a roof and walls, and they're linked with flat roofs. But each of those buildings, actually, if you look very closely, have specific items in them. Like the bedroom wing has definitely got more of a sort of a homely, soft, plastered interior feel. And then if you look at the more in the entertainment spaces, they're definitely more industrial and open and steel and concrete floors.
We brought a lot of the outside finishes inside. Yeah, well, in this room you can see it, and what happened on the outside comes through. You can also see it in the floor finishes. So what we took onto the patios, we brought in through the links. So all the little buildings that link the bigger spaces together have the same finishes as outside, so it just feels as if you're walking through a corridor or what would have maybe been open walkway.
So our builder called it the Muti. And he said that he had the perfect recipe for this Muti. And we kind of left him to his devices, but there was a kind of an underlying instruction. Can you remember what it was?
Well, I just know it involved yogurt, so that bugs and moss would grow. But
give it that sort of textured old world feel. I think that's probably one of the other things that Tamsyn and I both relate to, is this idea of imperfection. We love the idea of patina and the feeling that things get layered and that there is a feeling that it's already been lived in. It's like an old pair of jeans, it just gets better over time. So a home is like that, and I think with this house we wanted to give it like an instant push to feel like it's been here for some time. There's something beautiful about balance.
I think it's just taking in what the masters have done in the past and adapting that to sort of modern day living. As soon as we start getting into joinery detailing and then interior detailing, and you're working with master joiners and craftsmen, there is a physical, the touch is so different, and that very small detail it's very evident. Something sprayed smooth versus a timber. We can see it here. You see the timber coming through, even though the cupboards are being oiled in a color. You've got that with a texture. So it's all the little details.
I just love South Africa's vernacular. I mean, it's such a cliche, but we've got so much in the heritage of our buildings. It's the Dutch, it's the French, it's the farm buildings, the simplicity of them, the shapes of them.
Animal textures, Africa, East Africa.
Yeah, and the fabrics and the sort of mud colours that some of the homes have, the adobes. We don't have to look very far. It's right around us all the time.